So today I'm going to talk about iOS 10.3 and their new features. So I got my iPhone 7 right here. So some of the new features on iOS 10.3 are pretty cool. Some of them are okay. Some of them are just plain awesome. Now, one thing that I learned is everyone thinks that iOS 10.3 is going to be the last iOS update in the 10. Like, the next update is going to be iOS 11. So, like, with the new iPhone 8 or iPhone 7s, whatever they decide to make, it's going to come with iOS 11. So, like, there's not going to be iOS 10.4, iOS 10.5. It's going to be iOS 11. So, yeah, let's get started. So, one of the features on the new iOS 10.3 is APFS, also known as Apple File System, APFS for short. So before, Apple was using a different file system, but now this is Apple's file system, which is supposed to be much better. So it's like theirs. It's like before they were using someone else's, now this is theirs, and it's supposed to be much, much better. So yeah, that's one of the features. Number 2 is, you probably have Find My iPhone on your phone. Here, Find My iPhone. Yeah, right there, Find My iPhone. Well, in iOS 10.3, you can find your AirPods. So Apple has made these new Bluetooth earpods called the AirPods. And they're super tiny and you can lose them very easily. So with this new update, you can ping the left AirPod, the right AirPod, or both of them at the same time. So that's very helpful because I've heard a lot of people with AirPods have been losing them, and apparently they had to buy another pair because they couldn't find it, and those are like $150, which is pretty expensive. So now you can find AirPods with the new iOS 10.3 update. So number 3 for a feature is Siri learns about cricket. So before, you can actually tell Siri to tell you sports information, like tell me about the basketball scores.
Here's the NBA schedule for today.
So it tells you something about that. But Apple has realized that a lot of people like cricket. So with Siri, you can now learn about the scores of cricket. Tell me about the cricket scores.
Cricket coming up. Here's what's coming up in the ICC between last Thursday and today.
So here's some information about cricket. So it says like Pakistan won by 3 runs, Pakistan 132, West Indies, all that stuff, all information about cricket. So that's a very helpful one if you like cricket and you were like never could use Siri for it and you didn't like that. Now you can. So now one of the features is in settings, you can actually like edit your account easier. So right here it has an account thing, so you can click it and you can go down, and it has different things like name, phone, security, numbers, email, password, security, payment and shipping, iCloud, iTunes and App Store, family sharing, and then you got all your devices that you should have. So all that, and you can edit basically your account more easier. I think that's what it's like meant for, to edit more easier. So yeah. Now another thing is podcast. If you ever heard podcasts, and you like podcasts, there's actually a widget for it. Just go to edit on the widgets area. Widgets, not widgets, sorry. You find podcast, add it, and done. Now podcasts are right here. No recently played podcast, but if you did have one, you can click it, and over here, if you click the top right corner, it opens podcasts up. So that's pretty good for people who like to listen to podcasts. I don't exactly listen to podcasts, but if you like to listen to podcasts, that would be pretty cool for you. like Apple has been doing a lot of widgets, I think, since iOS 10, but like they haven't added any new widgets. So now, since they've added a new widget, I think that's pretty cool. So yeah. Now another iOS 10.3 update is, well, the best one I can think of is CarPlay. So like in CarPlay, you can switch apps much easier. Like instead of going all the way back to the home screen, you'll now see the 3 most recent apps in the left sidebar. So like the 3 most recent apps you've used, you can see in the sidebar. So instead of going and sliding all the way back, you can just look at those 3 apps that you recently used. So you'll see that all the time, no matter what. And then you'll also be able to switch them with just like one tap. So you can just click it and it automatically can change. So this should be like make switching between your maps and media apps and phone apps and any other app really a lot more easy. So that's a pretty cool thing that you can do. That's basically it. Here's one extra thing that you might like to know about. If you have an Apple Watch, WatchOS 3.2, they have theater mode. So theater mode is basically this thing where you'll hold the button and you turn on theater mode, and in the theater it'll like dim the screen of your Apple Watch and like turn it automatically to silent. So that would be helpful if it's in the if you're in a movie theater and you have an Apple Watch. With like the iPhone, you can just like mute it, but like with the Apple Watch, you can't exactly like mute it like that. So yeah. One other feature is before on the iOS 10, you could like see little searching things here, but now they look like much better. It's like with the search thing. Before it wasn't this like neat. It just looked kind of bad, I guess. But this is much better here. So if you type in weather, 50 degrees. So yeah, those are some of the 10.3 features. I hope you liked my video. To subscribe, click right here. And to watch my video before this, click right here. Have a nice day and bye.